guys, we're back with another Vampyr video. As you probably know from my last two videos, I don't actually thoroughly enjoy this game, but we're gonna keep playing it. I started it. I'm gonna finish it. Off video though, I did do a little bit of searching around the hospital. There's nothing, from what I can tell, there's nothing important around there. It's just a way to get some more experience points, help you level up a little bit. So, but continue that a little bit. I did save that old man off screen, so if you're wondering whatever happened to him, he got saved. He was being guarded by two level 16 scowls and something that I don't even know what the fuck it was. It was just screaming at me.
Fool. Hardens me to know you can't see me. Listen to what the idiot had to say first.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
He's healthy. It takes a while to mesmerize him. I gotta get him in the mood first.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying
Antagonize
that.
the shit out of him.
But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect
That easy? You just gotta like,
So,
fought in
tell
the
me
war,
about your
fucking-
gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation
probably
around
work
here
on
is
that
better than
fucking
other
name, friend.
districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible.
That's
You know
apparently
what?
gave
You're
up,
lucky
man.
she can't hear you
Edwina.
right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Oh, now I need hints. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
I think this is this looks like the area I was in earlier, actually. At least that's the appearance. There we go. Yeah, give me them sweet non-interactables. Everything in here is a museum. Don't touch, just look. That's definitely. Just able to walk in this, whoever this guy's house is, and just touch shit. Yes, I'll take all your pennies. So that's the hospital actually across the river there. talking to herself.
Good evening,
Okay.
miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then?
Oh man.
Fancy buying something from
Nailed
me,
it.
maybe?
Oh, you can buy shit off her. That's good.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know?
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great
Oh, yeah, so they
opportunity
can
for
comment.
those ready to
Said your
embrace their
stupid
destiny.
fucking name.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Okay, gathering hints.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in
She's
particular.
describing
Take the
Detroit,
grave diggers
what
of
she's doing.
Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Okay, so you just sell, basically just sell a bunch of junk. I can sell stuff back to you.
Foolish girl and her pre-principles. She's got no idea what she's feeling.
You again. What do you want?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate.
That's how you
That's
convince
the whole
people.
story.
There has to be
Echo
more to
into
it
their
than
ear.
that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been...
There has to be...
No, really, one of...
Are you so...
Have you looked around?
What can...
Think...
Well, you're not...
Yeah, well...
More of...
So...
So, well...
Oi!
Two of his clues.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him. both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Word, okay.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed.
I think you're
when
gathering
used
up
properly.
clues.
So you
Like to
decide who
determine whether
lives
or not
and
you
who
give a shit
dies,
about,
just like that.
Yes, Doctor.
Eating them,
Just like that.
which is not what
I'm
we're
not
gonna
saying
be doing
it's
in this
fair.
game,
I'm
but
saying it's my way of
I
dealing
guess
with
it'd be easier
troublemakers.
to sort this out now, as opposed to later.
Goodbye,
Alright,
Miss Cox.
I guess I'm gonna have to do a lot of back and forth between these two buckles.
You again. What do you want?
Yeah, he's just standing behind me.
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Huh. Interesting.
Goodbye.
That was a quick
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Let's see what we got in this neighborhood.
Foolish girl and her pre-principles. She's got no idea of you.
So this is a random guy. Oh, he must be just
He didn't deserve this.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her for sure.
What is bothering you then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Shed her anger code. It's first time I've ever heard anger described as a jacket. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Evening, miss.
Not long.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first
mean?
met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
I like how they keep introducing themselves as if I wasn't paying attention the first time.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
That's like a small town. You just described like probably everyone that lives around you.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy? My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it, neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Oh, okay. Well, that was it. It's like, blah. And you're
Goodbye,
done.
Miss Kemp.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Welcome back, Tom.
Okay, so that doesn't go anywhere. It's really weird, like how far the clues go. It's almost like
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
they just stop.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what...
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
How the fuck?
And then
do you
I
pay
drink
for all
some
that,
more.
Idiot.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Sounded like he was gonna say something else, and he just
Is
stopped.
there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
Okay, go on.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Interesting. Okay.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean. Why are you...
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
No...
Let me tell you.
Another...
Oh,
Is there
How dare...
that's fucked up.
no...
Let me...
Or
If you-
what kind...
It would-
You...
It's okay.
Okay, so that exhausted all his. He must.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Okay, whatever the fuck that means.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure. but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
All right, Obama.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Jesus, and you just a
Goodbye,
fucking
Mr.
fun
Delaney.
guy. This guy. He looks like he shits
Run
in
as
his
far
own
away
boots.
from this place as I can.
That means she's got more to say.
You still working at this hour?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I
She
know are
looks good,
afraid.
sir. She's
Most
not even
locals
looking
will
at
rob you
me.
blind, or worse. You best
She's
mind your
staring
step.
at a wall, and her lips are just moving.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink
Really
without
good.
being murdered.
Really throws me off that.
At least it's not
somebody
happened yet.
Talking Oh, maybe I could fix it. Yeah, she's not actually like looking at me.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Interesting.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Well, I'm getting clues, but it's like they're all mishmashed and gibberish.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs.
I like how they tell
Sean
me,
is one of them.
They talk to me like it's been a few days since I've talked to them. But
How is
really,
it you can
really,
keep this place open?
I hadn't made
This part
guy
of town
sleep at all.
doesn't seem particularly
So
safe.
it's like the same.
Well, since
actual
everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just
Are you
past the
stupid?
quarantine
He
line.
wants you to fucking get
Perhaps,
his bottles.
with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back.
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Well, that's what I'm about. Saving throats.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I don't always tell people that, but that's
Times
my
like
primary
these,
goal.
good drink's
is
just as likely to
saving
cause a
throats.
problem as to solve one.
Okay, I remember this room. With the fucking dude who likes having pictures of himself.
But with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
This room, though, I don't remember walking into. He's just got like 5 little pennies in there. Is that it, huh?
It's locked, all right.
Oh, shit.
No, he's just another lost orphan.
Are they stupid or something?
Let's see what we got here, huh? Awkward. So it looks like after you kill everybody, or all the enemies, at least, guys just kind of randomly just start walking around the streets.
To every night a darkness, and every dawn another death.
That must be the future map. There's somebody walking around there, guys.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear
That
from
does
me.
not look like a boy. That
No,
looks like an old
it's
man
just that-
pretending to be a child.
People prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
He's got anemia.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Maybe it's your
Have you ever
fucking
thought
teeth.
about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home. You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Interesting. Bet that bitch is like a vampire.
So long, Rufus. Be... Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Oh, aren't you?
Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu.
Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
You're the one that's fucking awake.
I'll leave you then. Good night.
So you can't even get her to open the door. Unless you can actually memorize her. Or mesmerize. Memorize.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Okay, so he's a douche.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
He's a mama's boy.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Oh, he's got a cold. Oh, and I can't even get the rest.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Alright. I probably won't remember to come back to everybody. It seems like they all have fucking problems. But at least I'll be able to get most of this stuff done. Oh, I remember this area. This area had the little clocks down here.
It's locked.
Yeah, I know it's locked.
From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
That was a quick quest, huh? It's like, oh, I want my mom's necklace. I just find it in the first 5 minutes of looking for it. Their movements don't exactly help, you know? I guess they all think it's necessary to just move about whichever which way. Is that a rat? Oh, hey.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, I can, 'cause I'm making you do it. This area was not open before. Or no, it was. This is the starting tutorial area. See, it's really hard in games like this when things are so expansive. It becomes an issue where you're like, okay, well, everything is huge now, but there's nothing to do, so I guess we're shit out of luck here. There he is.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Okay. Well, you didn't fucking say nothing.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
Interesting.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society.
It's a very democratic
But
answer.
the last word
What do
has
you want
to
to do? Put him
remain
in prison for
with the
20 years?
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
Okay. It's the first time I've ever had it to where I could fail one. But at least we can remember this stuff. Because I'm not actually trying to drain them of their blood, so... the very least, I have something to go off of. But now I know there's wrong answers, which is terrific. I like that being sprung on me at once.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. Good evening, madam. It's Dr.
You best come back.
I'll leave you.
Interesting. So you can't even chat with her to figure out stuff. unless you can get her to open the door. She's very keen on just talking to you through the doorway.
Get out of this bullshit mess. No.
Is it the drunk guy? Yeah, looks like it. Pissing on the wall. You know what's funny is one time I was in Spain, and I think I know why, you know, all the places smell like piss is because of guys like that. I was in Spain and this entire wall to this cathedral just reeked of urine. And it was very, very unsettling. People try to say, "Oh, I like to travel. I'm a traveler." Oh, so you like going to places that smell like piss. That's real nice. Actually, I can make a few things. At least I think I can.
Now everything seems under control.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, so there's one person's. Okay, that's good. I'm guessing you have to be those levels to make that stuff. Interesting.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time.
I can feel it coming in my bones. The hatred.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah, yeah.
Or one.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
Yeah, I bet so.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Hypocrites, all of them. Maggots and
No,
liars.
gives you experience. Okay, and then there was a guy with a cold. I think it was you, actually.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
There's two. So that's actually a trophy, what I'm doing there. I'm shielding them. And if you take care of these people, like I took care of him and him, you actually improve the health status over here. And if you get the health status to stay above, I think it's 75, everybody in the town will stay alive. So I got 2 of them. I have to get the cure to anemia, and then I have to find this lady. I don't even know where she is. It says I came across her, but, you know, Lord knows I don't know where she's at. And I guess that's part of the other problem is it's a lot of the stuff you have to like track these people down. They don't exactly come to you. So at least I got 2. People on this door. That's where we came. Okay. So there's gonna be some what appears to be mindless wandering. It's mainly because the NPCs that live around here just actually mindlessly wander. So the only way I can get a hold of them is if I could track them down, figure out where the hell they're going. So this must go to the North Docks. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead, stop the video for right now, and I'll pick it up in a second.